So this video is about finding the volume of a pyramid. So again, we're going to practice writing down the formula for the volume of the pyramid. And we're going to substitute into it with the right dimensions and then evaluate it and try and use the correct units. And we're going to look at different types of pyramids. So we can have a square or a rectangular base pyramid. Or we can have a triangular based pyramid as well. In fact, you can even have like a pentagonal based pyramid or a hexagonal based pyramid. So it's basically whatever the shape is on the bottom on its base, that's what the name of the pyramid is. Okay, so we're going to be working on our analysis skills when we look at the questions and evaluating some without a calculator for some numeracy skills. And again, we're going to be using the perpendicular height, which remember perpendicular means at right angles to the base. Okay. So this first slide I would like you to copy. It has the formula for the volume of a pyramid. So I have shown you a rectangular based pyramid, but it's the same for any pyramid. So V for volume, P for pyramid, the little small p, is a third times the area of the base times the perpendicular height of the pyramid. So we shorten that to a third AH. This formula is given to you again if you have to do a test or an exam. So if you need to know the formula for the volume of a pyramid, you're allowed to look it up whenever you're doing this. You don't have to memorize it. But again, we do have to know how to use it. So it's a bit simpler, this one, because there's no squares or cubes or pies in it, but it can get a little bit tricky depending on what the area of the shape on the bottom is. In some examples, you might just be told what the area of the shape of the bottom is, in which case all you have to do is 1/3 times that number times the height of the pyramid. And I think the first couple in the textbook are like that, so they're quite straightforward. This example here is slightly more complicated. This one, we have got, again, a rectangular base pyramid. And we've got, so this one is a regular pyramid, this one up here, because the top of it, the vertex at the top, is directly above the center of the rectangle at the bottom. This one is not a regular one. And it's just to show you that it doesn't matter which way round they are, you still do it the same way. So the base of this pyramid is a rectangle. And we've been told the perpendicular height, see the little right angle there, telling us that straight up to the vertex, the height is 20. So our formula, we write down the volume of a pyramid is a third AH, and then we look and see what the shape on the bottom is and how we're going to find the area of it. We know how to find the area of a rectangle, length times breadth, so it's going to be 9 times 33. So I've just gone straight for writing in a bracket there, 33 times 9. It wouldn't really matter if you forgot to put the bracket in, because multiplying, it doesn't matter what order you're doing it. And this is a non-calculator question, because sometimes you can be asked to do this without a calculator. So it's quite straightforward. We have to do a third of 33, which is good because it's divisible by 3, which is 11. And then we've got times 9 times 20. Then I've done 11 times 9 and then times that by 20 to get the final answer. If you do it in a different way or a different order, that's absolutely fine, as long as you get the same answer. Okay. Our second example then I would like you to copy. I've shown you a triangular based pyramid, and we're going to work out the volume of this one to the nearest cubic meter. So what I've done is, if you have a look at it, it can sometimes be a little bit hard to get your head around these diagrams. The base has one side 6.7. The other two sides of the base we haven't been told, but we've been told the perpendicular height of this triangle on the base. And that's because we need to know that to find the area of the triangle on the base. So what I've written down first is I've said I'm going to work out the area of the triangle, which is the base of the pyramid. So I've drawn a little sketch of that triangle of the bottom. So imagine you were looking straight down you were up here and you were looking straight down. This is the triangle you would be seeing. So the base is 6.7, the height is 5. The formula for the area of a triangle you do need to know off by heart is half times the base times the height. So I've worked out half times 6.7 times 5 and got 16.75. Then, now that I know the area of the bottom, I can use my pyramid formula. So the volume of the pyramid is a third AH. So that's going to be a third times 16.75 times the height of the pyramid, which we were told on the diagram is 10. And then I worked that out is 55.83. I'll just show you me doing it on the calculator and make sure. I've just typed in 0.5 for the half times 6.7 times 5. So that's got me the area of the triangle. And then I've just left that answer on there and typed answer times by 10 and then divide by 3. Or I could have done divide by 3 times by 10, doesn't matter. So 55.83. We've been asked to round to the nearest cubic metre. So that means it's really the same as the nearest whole number. So the nearest cubic metre, because there's an 8 after the decimal point in there, it would be 56 metres cubed. Okay. So make sure you copy that one down. Now, to practice this, I would like you to try these non-calculator ones first. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to zoom it in a bit so that in case you can't see the dimensions of each one. You do not need to draw out a sketch of each one because that's a bit time consuming. For each one I want to see the working like the previous example where you write out the formula, you substitute in and then you work it out without a calculator this time. All these numbers should work out quite nicely. Okay, so I'll just move it up so you can see the bottom ones. You can pause the video if you need to be able to see them. And then once you've got those done, on the next slide, I have the answers here. So you can check your answers for those 6. And once you've done that, let me zoom it in again. Oh my goodness, it's a bit wonky. Once you've done that, you can go to the textbook and try page 127, exercise 16.5, questions 1 to 6. Like I mentioned earlier, the first couple of questions, they tell you the area, so it's really just a case of multiplying. But 5 and 6 are a little bit tricky, and you might need to use some skills that you've learned before, like Pythagoras or SOHCAHTOA, to work out some of the dimensions of things. So it's absolutely fine if you think you need to do that, to go ahead and do that. Okay, good luck.